Hi, it's James Layton. Today we'll be talking about the myfitnesspal application. So for those of you who are not familiar with myfitnesspal, basically it's a very useful tool. It's basically an application on your phones, any smartphone you can get it, and you can basically track food intake. So you basically consume the food, type in the food you've eaten, and it will tell you protein, carbs, fats, calories within that certain food. You can then set targets for the day, so protein, carbs, fats, fibre targets, calorie targets. So therefore when you're consuming your food throughout the day, it will tell you what you've got left, etc. So it's a great way to track your food. I use it with a lot of my clients. But the problem is basically the default settings on myfitnesspal. So but essentially myfitnesspal, they want their users to keep using their application. So a little trick they use is they basically set calories extremely low. So what does that mean? You'll probably lose quite a bit of weight in a short period of time if your goal is fat loss. And therefore you'll put it all down to the application. You'll think, right, I'm going to use myfitnesspal forever. But unfortunately that weight loss, fat loss is only going to be a short term because it's so aggressive. So the problem is, the first problem is basically calories are set too low. The second problem is they've basically set protein on government guidelines, which is ridiculous. It's stupidly low. So for anyone doing any training or exercise, it's ridiculous. So a very general ballpark starting point would be 2 to 3 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. And this is only a very general guide, and within that range it will vary. So I tend not to set my guidelines on lean body mass purely because despite what anyone says, it's very difficult to actually determine someone's lean body mass. But a little bit of common sense needs to be used. For example, if we've got, say, a 200-pound male, one of them's 20% body fat or extreme overweight, one's very lean, lots of muscle mass. Quite clearly the one with lots of muscle mass is going to require more protein than the overweight individual. There's a couple of other things to consider as well. So if you're dieting, you want protein to be set higher, so at the higher end, because basically amino acid oxidation is going to be higher during an energy deficit. If you're bulking, because you're going to be in a caloric surplus, energy surplus, you can err on the lower end because you want the majority of your calories coming predominantly from carbohydrates to feed new training poundages being used in the gym, so heavier loads progressively. So there's a couple of things to think about. Also, as you age, there's a little bit of research, you may require more protein, etc. So it's quite a big topic to discuss today, but basically I'm creating like a little PDF file. I've actually created, I know I promised this probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it's actually finished. I'm just basically waiting for the page to be put on my site where you can essentially download the PDF. So basically it's going to be how to set up a nutrition plan. It's a really general guide, and there's certain disclaimers I want to put out there, because essentially I'll only use these formulas when I don't have enough data about a client. So for example, if a client comes to me and I know exactly what they're eating, protein, carb, fats, and I will literally throw the formula out the window because I have data on how their body's responding to them, exact protein, carbs, fats, how they're training, etc. But for the majority of people, most people don't track their food intake, so it essentially gives you a starting point to work from, and by no means is 100% accurate, but it's more about having a starting point. For them, we can then make tweaks depending on how they progress to continue to progress, for example. So basically it's a way to set caloric needs, set protein, set fat, set carbohydrates. These ranges will change, etc. And like I said, the biggest thing I want to get out of it is just try and impress upon you that it's not the absolute goal to get this perfect initially. It's more to get a starting point, to measure your progress against what you're consuming and then making changes against that. And then you know unequivocally you require these protein, carbs, fats because you've been doing it 3 or 4 weeks, and then you can make changes to move you towards your goal. Okay, so I'll keep you posted when that's coming. I mean, I'm hoping it'll be literally within, I don't want to say a day because in case it's not, but literally the PDF's been done. I've tried to cut a lot of the theory out and just literally give you a lot of the formulas, etc. You can take action immediately. So I know there's a lot of you that don't like a lot of the theory, but if you look at my blog, jameslaytonfitness.co.uk, you can read more into that. Facebook, facebook.com/James Layton Fitness, @Layton Fitness, my Twitter as well. So I hope this is going to be real use to you, because a lot of people don't know how to do this. So I hope this is useful to you. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video, it'd be much appreciated. Cheers, have a good day.